Alright, so today we are going to be starting Unit 2, which is talking about ratios. So this paper that I just passed out to you guys, you essentially are going to be cutting around the dotted line on the outside. So please, when you cut, make sure that this side is facing up. Okay, because you don't, if you cut around the outside of the other side, it's gonna cut off some of these words and I don't want that to happen. So when you're cutting, make sure you're just cutting around the outside on this dotted line. Okay? So go ahead and do that. Alright, you are also going to need a highlighter or a marker or color pencil. Once you have this cut, please go ahead and fold it over so that you see the word ratios, you see a line, a colon, and then the word two. When it's folded, you're going to simply cut the top flap only. So you should essentially be able to open it like this. Okay, so the top flap only. Do not cut this bottom part, just that top flap. Delilah, there's a drawer of scissors in the back of you, okay? Once you have all of that done, go ahead and you're gonna glue down your foldable or graphic organizer, whatever you wanna call it. Alright, while you guys are finishing this up, we do have a new essential question today. So it says, what is a ratio? How do we write ratios? And how do we say ratios? So that's something that we're going to be talking about today, writing, saying, and understanding. So we're not going to do anything to our essential question today, but we will revisit it tomorrow once we get a little bit more information from today. About 20 seconds, y'all. Just make sure, Isaac, that it's just that side. So if you're cutting just that side, you're good. 10 seconds. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So this you essentially have three different ways you can write a ratio. You can use a fraction bar, you can use the colon, or you can use the word two. The majority of the times the way that we are gonna write a ratio is using the fraction bar just because it lends itself to more things in math. All right, but we're gonna talk about each one of these. So when you write using a fraction bar, it's A to B. This fraction bar does not mean a fraction, it means the word two. Okay, but this is writing it as a fraction. Okay, so A to B is what you essentially would say for this, not A, B, or 1/3. It'd be 1, 2, 3. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and open up our plot. So, when you are writing, we're gonna fill this side out and then we're gonna solve this problem. So it's gonna be right, left. It's kinda gonna be backwards from the way you normally think. But you're gonna write the ratio in words, identify what is being compared, then you're gonna write the corresponding numbers, and then you're gonna simplify if necessary. You always try to simplify your ratios, just like fractions. Again, that's why we use fraction bars, because it's just a little bit easier. Alright, so a recipe for lemonade calls for 8 lemons and 6 cups of water. What is the ratio of lemons to cups of water? So let's annotate this problem. So what's important in this problem? Ronnie? And 6 cups of water. Alright, and then what else? What else is important in this question? Delilah? So this last sentence is important because it tells us what we're finding. What you need to understand is that order matters. Okay? So make sure that if it's asking you lemons to cups of water, you put it in that order of lemons to cups of water. Alright? So over here, what word goes on top? Lemons or cups of water? Mikhail? Lemons, because that's what goes first in our ratio. Alright, underneath the fraction bar, what's gonna go there? What's gonna go underneath our fraction bar? Camden?
Water.
Okay, so cups of water. Alright, so that's writing a ratio with words. Alright, so here we have the lemons. How many lemons do we have? How many lemons? Aiden. 8. And then on the bottom we had cups of water. How many cups of water do we have? Cristiano? 6. Alright, so essentially our ratio of lemons to cups of water would be 8 to 6. But what do we always want to try to do with our ratios? Emma?
Simplify.
Alright, so over here we have 8 to 6. What goes into both 8 and 6? What can we divide both of those numbers by? Jonathan? 2. So I'm going to divide this by 2, divide that by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So our ratio would be 4 to 3. And that means 4 lemons to 3 cups of water. That's what that ratio means. So it's not a fraction, it's not 4/3, it's 4 lemons to 3 cups of water. Does that make sense? Be careful with the fraction bar one. Alright, let's look at this one. So this is a colon. So essentially it's A to B. And again, the colon means 2. Doesn't mean A colon B, it's A to B. And it's going to be a similar process, except for you're kind of skipping one small part. So again, we're going to read about how to write it in the colon form, and then we're going to solve that problem. What's the problem, Kyra? What's the problem? You good? Alright, so it says write the ratio in fraction form, be sure to simplify. And then write the ratio with a colon instead of a fraction bar. The numerator goes on the left, the denominator goes on the right. Alright, so over here it says, the center forward on a soccer team scored 3 goals and missed 6 shots. What is the ratio of goals to total shots? Alright, so what's important in our question? Mila.
3 goals and 6 shots.
So, scored 3 goals and missed 6 shots. Alright, what else is important in our question? Mikael? Okay, so we have to be careful with this one because it says goals. So how many goals did the person score? Alright, so the goals we know is 3. Total shots. Does that mean the one, what do you mean? 9. Why?
Because it's not,
So what 2 numbers did you add together? So does everybody understand that you have to add the 3 and the 6? Even though he scored 3 goals, he missed 6, but it's asking for the number of total shots that the forward took. So total shots is going to be 9. Okay? So over here, word form, we're just kind of going to take what we wrote over here and just make it a little bit neater. So we have goals, and then we have total shots. You guys told us 3 goals, and no total is 9 total shots. And then what can we do with 3 to 9? What can we do with that? Kaya? Alright, so I'm going to divide 3 by 3 and 9 by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, 9 divided by 3 is 3. So what is the last step I need to do in order to write it using the colon? What do I need to do? Camden?
you gotta cut down the colon and then write it from left to right.
So the top number goes on the left or the right?
The left.
Okay? And the bottom number obviously goes on the right. You'll notice that the fraction form is used in almost every type of ratio. Whether we're talking about unit rate, whether we're talking about proportion, whether we're talking about anything, the fraction form is the one that you are going to see the most. Alright, last one that we are going to do is the word form. So obviously, A to B. And we don't really need to specify because you just say the word. Alright, so again, the way you use the word form is to write your ratio in fraction form. Be sure to simplify. And then write the ratio with the word 2 instead of the fraction bar. The numerator goes on the left, denominator goes on the right. So let's look at our sample problem. It says, the table below shows the number of students in each club at a local middle school. Find the ratio of drama club members to music club members. Alright, so with this one, what's important in our question? What's important in our question? Troy?
Find the ratio of the drama club members to music club members.
Okay, so does that mean I'm only using one grade level, Troy, or am I gonna use them all? Right, because it doesn't specifically say 6th grade or 7th grade or 8th grade. So with the table, you are using all of them. So for the drama club, I'm using these 3 numbers, and for the music club, I'm using those 3 numbers. So what is 3 plus 4 plus 5? What does that equal? Mikhail? What does it equal? 12, yes. Okay, and then 3 plus 2 plus 4 equals what? Kylie? 9. Alright, so make sure we put this in the correct order. What goes on top? Drama club. What goes on the bottom? What goes on the bottom? Elisa, what club?
Music club.
Music club, perfect. Alright, and then our numbers we found were 12 and 9. What can we divide 12 and 9 by? What, same number, sorry, I'm gonna rephrase that, Troy?
3.
Alright, so 12 divided by 3 is 4, 9 divided by 3 is 3. So then, to write it in the final word form, your numerator goes first, your denominator goes second, and it is 4, 2, 3. Okay? Questions about this? Feel good? Pretty easy? Yes, Jonathan?
I already passed the radio lesson in Imagine Math.
Okay, fantastic. Alright. Close that up. Make sure that you turn to the next blank left page. And you title it Unit 2, Lesson 1, Cool Down. We're not talking. Please make sure that you answer the questions carefully, or the question carefully. When you are finished, please turn it into the first period pen. And then you're working on Ames Web, Imagine Math, and any assignments you cool down, sorry, within, you didn't do a cool down, yes I do. Okay. So if you wanna redo or upgrade your test, you just need to let me know. If you're done with everything,